games no one some kakra na mabeka stories so kakra. Is he yeah some Ken, the ten say Barca and Madrid game so no. 3 games on Mabo. Every single game will be a Carlo Ancelotti SSBB with regard to taxes. Yet we are not finding any solution. First game 4-0, no. Yet say there was a deliberate plan from Hans Flick. Mamenka Sancho. It was a game, Yebabe started. Tough game, and Yebabe. Tough game, na Yebabe. The argument is that, okay, Madrid for Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe. Barcelona for high line. Into Madrid for Barca. That was the argument then. Because high line, you cannot play it against Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe. Hans Flick was not perturbed. And a ball high line. Now, it was a trap because Madrid for ninya baller. Sir, Barca for press, Caribbean, not quickly. No more ball sim. Boy, either Barcelona will get the ball back and regain possession to play whatever they want to play or offside. Into that game, offside by 12, and then the say offside FC, Real Madrid, if you do remember. It was a clear plan. Barcelona, you want day. Yahon Dene said Debia Yekuta ball because of the ball, Barcelona are no good. Sa Barcelona enkuta baller, omunye teamwa, omunye good. To say, for instance, Inter Milan, Sabono enkutanwa, or ye good elho. Team will be an in profile. There are teams that off the ball, they are excellent. There are teams that with the ball, they are okay. Barcelona with the ball, they are okay. It is a one day they said they be a kuta ball near controller. How do we quickly get the ball from Real Madrid? Yen sets more trap. Highline ye bar. They will quickly play long balls. They got the better out of it. Almost easy. Because on paper, you catch now say, basketball highline partner Vini. Mbappe. No when team you will be surprised. But that's how football tactics works. Hansi has not changed. Games of Maboni, he has not changed. Now Hansi, what baffles me in a second? Sa highline, no a Bobby wo by Munchin. But at by Munchin, Joshua Kimmich ball right back. Left back here, Alfonso Davies. Jerome Watson, and David Alaba 4 and 5. But you know how the highline, the man is successful in a second. David Alaba overpays. And they had a better sweeper goalkeeper in Manon Neuer. It's on highline, it was successful because Sabono born high. Now beat offside now. Anya Bia Alaba will pay. Jerome Watson only pays, but Alaba will pay so no compliments. And Manon Neuer was sweeping. But when you know what just says he said Anya better sweeper, sir. In any case, Pau Kubasini Nigo Martinez, they do not have the pace. Yet the high line has been successful. Now, you push him right in him kakra. And now your ball game 3-2. Ken, Carlo Ancelotti, sa 4-4-2, yaka want some, and now no ball 4-3-3. The last time I boy, about 4-1-4-1. Because before the game, the argument is that Carlo Ancelotti be called 4-4-2. Yehu line up who saw Jude Bellingham. And then I thought it was going to be Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, but game no I cost no. It was rather 4-1-4-1. Chouameni, excellent defenders then will pay. And this brings me to this argument to say, it looks like Carlo Ancelotti is beginning to understand and accept the fact that midfield one we cannot stop them with midfield. And again, I understand it. It is Sadia. Debia, there should one be defensive midfielder Bakua. He is sitting in front of our defenders. Nejumane saying, said Danny Olmo, Oberman Makino. And see, the last game we played, it was Chouameni following Danny Olmo. Baby Obefebiana Ofolono. Today, Rudiger Mobo Chouameni would have to go back as a centre back. Now Uncle Boss as a centre back. So Uncle Boss as a centre backer. Nature say either Freddy Valverde and now also said Danny Ceballos. As I said, back home, any defenders name. Because I almost flat midfielder. They be a Barcelona 4 spaces behind the midfielders. Sadly, no more mobile body be a dangerous. They will harm you. You see, they be from at least from the last game. I'm sure you did. Our last game, we all can testify. Say games of my body in our last game. Na ye better kakra. And I'm boy. It is from the narration of the last game. I am assuming that Carlo Ancelotti will continue having one player sits in front of the defenders. They be in this game, I would want to go for Danny Ceballos, Sonia Sajumana, Sefedi Vavadi, Yesejumano. Then Jude Bellingham and Danny Ceballos, in this case, Sefedi Vavadi, Nejina, at Sepreka number 6. Wejina Omwenim. Then Kylian Mbappe as number 9. Vinicius Junior operating from the left wing. Now, this is where I want to say, Sevini. Ojineni Wonkwana Emfa, left wing one, and one in a natural position. Ken, this time around, Vini is not coming up against Jules Koundé, who has been a tormentor for him. This game, against Eric Garcia. I'm not saying Eric Garcia is a bad player, but between Koundé and Garcia, so you Vinicius Junior na Obia, Obama hard time with Panwa, Koundé, not Garcia. It is a sensible game. We are who said Vini and Sansu who game no so. Then I'll begin to know Sakwananga this season. No, onye na dream so bebo ni bi. Onye na dream so bebo because Ken, truth be told, Barcelona scores a lot of goals, and this game they will score goals. You cannot stop them from scoring. Miraculously, they know how to do it. Hafinya, you call international break by or more ball was the ball not to call. But he's still gaining the numbers. Hafinya. Once you go international break by the ball now is stabile. But numbers still he is getting it. Because Barcelona will create chances. And the chances creation, you cannot stop them. Lamine Yamal creates a lot of chances. And you be a ball no more than you almost they always find spaces. And it's na Lewandowski person bobo ni bino. Say Pichichi no so we'll have a conversation about that. Odiagra. Mbappe befa Pichichi na diako. You cannot stop Barcelona from scoring. But one thing we can also say, Barcelona defense, are porous. But the difference between Barca and Madrid, Barcelona creates such goals, Madrid fonya. Na simple pass, na obi wa overtouch it. While overpass it, there's a set of dribble, not wakobo shots. They also hold you onto the ball, no pass it. Decision making up front. Look, Mbappe, Vini, Jude Bellingham, nobody can doubt their qualities.
But
if they
heard our two players because Oshe previous season, Toni Kroos Benzema Benzema, Eboma Vini, never see Abeji. Now, Obi Moma Vini Meji, or J Bona, no, they call, or Mbappe, or Muntimin passable. What are more passing?
Say, among your good passes.
Or money born a pass. Yeah. In Tibono, no space, no more the born a day. Timadre Jeba in check.
Yeah, Jiboni,
near Jeff from him. And then, but almost brain on one side, back.
And the last game, Madrid boy, I was complaining, say, after scoring 3 goals against Celta Vigo. Omojibola instead of to hold on to the ball. Obiaji ball na no the ball. Inti Madrid jibola omunche possession. Omojibola less than 15 seconds near jibol ni dey free omunsim. But omo be jibol omobre. That has been their problem. That is why I make us again. Nobody doubts the qualities of Jude Bellingham, Vini, Kylian Mbappe, and those boys up front. But the problem is say they need to play as a team. Anytime we be ana midfielder Jibola, Vinicius Junior better in such possible on from you. I Mbappe be running self about you. Sometimes they would have to pass the ball around. Say a quick pass that they will do it. But I say Obia preno ho expert nan saying Ken Mbappe peg Pichichi agino. And then was said too he wanted hat trick. But what I say, Vini is not okay with numbers. It's also per numbers. It's the quest for goals and assists, the quest for names. And sometimes, make us all the time, sometimes a Madrid team,
So now Mbappe or 24, Lewandowski or 25.
25.
Lewandowski did try some when you team abo be. And of course obo be and chances so be go
because
they won't create chances more no. Madrid team no Vini Omone Mbappe omo adwum so betimi manage goalkeeper.
Ken the Etienne say Mr. At this stage and Carlo Ancelotti and they say catch Real Madrid players and they say they need to play for Kylian Mbappe. You see, these are things are players that one can say unity with team anymore. You don't need the coach to come and tell you that. Players nankasa say okay, say penalty duties Kylian Mbappe bebo. Se pass the bi wo ho na obvious now the member striker no na so onkwa say no give see you would have to play for him because nyame antuma Lewandowski gina park no so they would equally do that for him. It's that one I agree. Say Mbappe say be starting season he was struggling but how what first so be say 24 goals ayo bia wan say 25 goals say Lewandowski say ya Goki ni so betimi age so ntimi ngi last 2 years o said 23 goals or the GP chichi. But this time around 25 goals is not enough. Nature says someone is competing with Lewandowski very well. It's and the pichichi they can until the last game bibia betimi esi. A game one yeah entire looks like 80% of football pundits agree says say Barcelona were the advantage. The problem Barcelona will have when they say Barcelona are fatigued or more brutal. Barcelona can or more bre. And the plan on the game when we said they will try to hold on to the ball more. The more okuta ball no or jina whom you own to recovery. It's Barcelona idea. Say Uncle Brebre will give when we say over possible ni bebre. And none of Madrid work rate in the Barcelona for suffer. Because if Madrid runs more, we chase Barcelona for no ball free and sometimes na ball no moving more. Barcelona will suffocate after 60 minutes. But my biggest question is Madrid beating sana. Will Madrid overrun Barcelona? And no need me problem this is because Madrid for be chasing Barcelona throughout the game. Barcelona will get tired. But I doubt if they will do that. Can game where them say maybe na La Liga ni over. Me who be big gidi be a bit yes.
Barca be
Double chance them.
Double chance Barca.
Because honestly, unless miracle.
So win or draw, Barca.
Okay.
Edilson.
Game where there. Madrid for defense that poor. You know, I mean, so. Eddie, I think Madrid would have to come back next season and give us a better performance with Jabi Alonso. That's anything. Say, Arsenal for build the Spanish Empire. Omo build the Real Sociedad Anest. Na Ateta no ufi Sociedad wa na enyeme wanwa. 4 years ago, Martin Zubimendi. Kentiemi Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, Martin Odegaard, and an AF midfielders at the Real Sociedad. Odegaard, Mikel Merino, Martin Zubimendi. These were the midfielders for Real Sociedad. Today, next season, they are going to be the midfielders of Arsenal. Some midfield way, na omo pass omo wa. Kene kodre ni mu a unim de omo pass ball ne de man e de ball ne to at nim Alexander Isak. It's sa dream midfield no Arsenal fo enya aka Alexander Isak na fe omo tam Real Sociedad team no e de aba be she Arsenal team no pe. Na Arsenal midfielders omo top better for the past 2 years ni nyina no Obian Kami Bebre Chise Martin Zubimendi because he's direct replacement for Thomas Partey.
Now,
look,
Omone Zubimendi and Common Aquachi, you know.
Oh,
I just said Partey contract a year toss now, much as you know. Ombeja Chedi.
A yanima munu either say Ombejano Quine Amanako or Obetsna Ketiasu.
Or Jorginho ko Flamingo.
Because Jorginho Echo. Arsenal, they've always been trying to reshape their midfield. Partey, Xhaka, Martin Odegaard. Time a Xhaka free wa. Omuni neni nemu maybe na Jorginho de obefe mu kakra. Who say Oba January because they did not have hope in Fabio Vera and Smith Rowe and pneumonia there. But Declan Rice banana Orbano. Declan Rice or number 8. Don't know bet me about number 6. The profile nenye Thomas Tay Partey DNB. Mikel Merino na or number 8. Though bet me about 6 but 10. But the profile nenye Thomas Tay Partey DNB. Maybe that's what I say. The only profiler is similar to Thomas Tay Partey or Arsenal. Jorginho. And Jorginho is so all free club with the Moako. In me all this while, I am not perturbed because I felt say na Zubimendi. Ebi Jabi Alonso the never come Madrid. But Zubimendi banner or banner a direct profile. Ne style no a Partey DNA bia. Inti se Zubimendi ba. Then we are looking at Zubimendi, Odegaard, Mikel Merino. He made for Declan Rice. He made because Merino. The Minyas also made to Declan Rice. But say Arsenal will have 3-man midfield of Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Odegaard. On which Mikel Merino. So Arsenal are building not just a midfield for the first 11, but a midfield about free one for Frobetinya Sanswabo. And I feel very bad for Minion Thomas Partey. He would have to take a decision because never me who Arsenal. It looks like they've had a disappointing season. But Andrew Beta is working. Say Omokofa Juan Garcia, Espanyol goalkeeper no. Espanyol goalkeeper no Madrid for no more peno. Se Lunin free wa goalkeeper Madrid person kofa no sa goalkeeper no. Na basa for air peno. Arsenal are convincing the guys that's not David Raya. Oh, what they are doing, I think it is good. Now, I can't even if they finish with Martin Zubimendi here now, I can't left winger and center forward. There's a open Nico Williams, Alexander Ishak. Ishak then a year or Benjamin Sesko. Charlie, if Arsenal are able to do this, I think said they are on the right path. Ken, EPL dear. Normally, on a normal EPL season, I cut 3 games in case I say pressure. Baby a league relegation Champions League but say dear league egu omo free relegation omo san mo kra de omo nka ho bi senye sa senka relegation battle ni gina so pa Manchester United or the 15th, Tottenham or the 16th, West Ham United or the 17th, 15, 16, 17 Man U, Spurs, West Ham. In the relegation battle no sanka aswa on say we are discussing Manchester, Tottenham, West Ham United attached to it. But it is exactly, but it is always it is done. In Tinka ideally, first and second or premiership airborne weekend I a normal game. Liverpool Arsenal, I a normal game. So say the only argument, the only sort of something we want to be inquisitive about the race for the Champions League. The Newcastle, Chelsea, and a big game. Because City versus Southampton, possibly. And Nottingham Forest also on Leicester City. I'm just hoping because Nottingham Nanzai me who we their last 5 games. I'm drop your points, baby. It's sad. Their last 5. Tottenham pen on my Nottingham form no abba form. Inti Leicester City there, I am assuming say Anye Biano, they will account for them. Now brings back the Chelsea Newcastle game. Ken, no question me woman say. First of all, I don't want to pick the lineup. No me some Moises Caicedo jina right back. A big mistake. Sa style na omu coach ni person rotate kakra into Romeo Lavia, Enzo Fernandez for engineer the double pivot. Moises Caicedo engineer right back. Said be obey invent ama Enzo Fernandez akonenim. Moises Caicedo in this game is needed in the midfield because Newcastle a physical side. Newcastle ye team one ne ba obebo 90 minutes we no. Once a place no will need 1 day off. Obemo wa break. The Newcastle said midfielders ni available. Na sankenya injuries Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, na nkebia wenya Jolinton. but Jolinton is not fit. So we are looking at midfield today of Tonali, Bruno Gomes, and maybe Joe Willock. But Newcastle will run on the 90 minutes or through Mikabebri.
Okay.
And also Buga, especially St. James wanted their king. When he said the last 3 are Chelsea, Chelsea are 1-0 back, 4-0 back, 2-0 back. Into a grounds at Chelsea and farewell. And I mean, just imagine because Ken said Chelsea lose game when they are common best sakra. I think say Chelsea should chase say Anye Biani if they do not pick the 3 point. At least Omufi Stadium one they should pick.
Omu Manchester United.
Man, you they say
normal Siakobo.
And last game no Nottingham game no na serious.
Nottingham Forest.
Ti say no. There I can say I was say Chelsea for Anye Bia kwata draw. Because man, you attention away Europa, and I think say Chelsea will account for them. Now, Omar train the last game, they drew. Then we'll have a conversation about that. But this game, Chelsea should not lose.
Well,
they should not lose. And you no cry.
Chelsea, not Newcastle.
Newcastle, Ken.
Yeah.